Hello, and thank you for joining me once again. I am Michelle, and I wanted to share with you today a download that the Lord gave me when I was praying one time this weekend. And really quickly, the download itself is don't let the preparation paralyze you because fear can hide in the busyness of preparation. It can hide in perfectionism. Now, let me break that down a little bit. So, I think it's pretty well known already for some, I guess. It just depends on where you are in life. Really, it's your journey. And, you can be like, I was today years old when I learned this. So, I've had many moments like that. But, the busyness of preparation that can get lost in perfectionism. But then I just got to thinking about that and just starting this channel in general and just thinking like, I've got to prep this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this, I've got to present myself like this. I can't do this until I've done that. And, all kinds of things like that of just busyness of preparation. And I don't know if you've ever had this happen to you, but you're praying and then all of a sudden the Lord's like, okay, it's time. Download. And it was just a moment like that for me this weekend. And this one I wasn't quite ready for, but then again, I guess I was because I took it and I accepted the download and, just really tried to take it on board. And it's especially important when God's trying to show you something, but you don't quite understand it. That is the exact time when you need to be like, Lord, you're giving me this, you're showing me this, but I don't quite understand it. And I need you to help me. That's a great time to go to prayer with God and just find a quiet place. You don't have to have your own prayer room or anything like that. It can be your bedroom. It could be your closet. Wherever. Just find a quiet place in your car. A lot of people pray in their car. And find that quiet place and be quiet yourself. First, ask God, this is what I'm struggling with. This is what's going on, Lord. And I need your help with this. I know you're trying to talk to me right now. And all I want to do is listen. And so this weekend was one of those times because that's something that I'm actively trying to do is just stop and listen. Sometimes we go to God so much for prayer and ask him and ask him and ask him for stuff. But how often do we go to God and just say, you know what, Lord, I'm not going to ask you for anything today. All I want to do, Lord, is just tell you how much I love you, how much I appreciate you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for watching over my family. All the different things that God has done in your life. It's a great time to take inventory of your testimony. And you take inventory of your testimony in your prayer. You're like, God, you brought me from this. You've rescued me from this. You delivered me. And it's just a great and beautiful moment when you can do that and start to put that into practice. So that's what I've been doing lately. And with this, I went to prayer and the first thing, God's like, don't let the preparation paralyze you. And that, I had really hidden myself in the preparation because, sorry, Abby, can you go sit right there, please?
Oh, wow, I have
Hashtag mom life.
scooter.
Thank you.
Graphics.
Okay, can I fix it in just a few minutes, please?
Okay.
Thank you. So I've been hiding in the busyness of the preparation. And in hiding in the busyness of preparation, God really just kind of unpacked it for me because I'm a very visual person, and it helps me to really work things out when I can visualize things in my mind. And so God just started like working it out in my mind, visualizing it. And so I likened it to like if you're preparing to climb Mount Everest and you obsess about getting all the latest equipment, the best equipment, the scientifically proven equipment, everything the best. But yet you don't prepare yourself completely because you're relying on all of the equipment to take care of you in that extreme situation. And it doesn't always have to be an extreme situation, but I guess when you're nervous about doing something and taking a leap of faith, it can kind of feel extreme. And so, you're preparing all of this stuff. You're looking for the best equipment, and you're trying to really just prepare and busy yourself and all of that. And then you get to the mountain, you start climbing, and then kind of like Pilgrim's Progress, right? You find that your backpack, all your equipment is way too heavy. There's a whole lot of parables in that, isn't there? Yeah. So you've got all this equipment and you find that it's too heavy. And as you continue to try to climb the mountain, you are getting more and more tired and weary because of the weight of the preparation and relying on the research of others' preparation to be your preparation. And then you sit down and you take a break and you decide, you know what? I think I've got too much here. I've taken too much on. And you decide to start going through your equipment. And as you go through your equipment, you're really assessing, now that I am here on the mountain in this extreme climate, experiencing it for myself, do I really need this? Is this practical? And so you start to put two piles together, a pile of the things that you really need to make the journey, and then a pile of the things that are just extra and just in case that are weighing you down. And you find that your pile of stuff that you need is much smaller than the pile of all the extras that you have. So you repack your backpack, to take a few extra parts of that backpack off, because you've seen those backpacks that people have. They've got all kinds of things strapped onto the backpack itself, extra bags, and all kinds of equipment and stuff like that. So now you've got your pared down essentials pack of what you need to get up to the summit. And you're able to continue to climb, and you find that you have the strength to get to this summit, to get to the top of the mountain. As I said, there's a lot of different parables in there and associations and things like that. But in thinking of the busyness of preparation and getting lost in that busyness of preparation, number one. Number two, that fear can very covertly hide in your preparation. Because it's easy to think that, okay, I am overcoming my fear and I'm going to start to prepare for what I'm doing. When you really just need to take the leap, you need to walk through the door and take imperfect action. So that's the download that I got from God this week. And I hope that it helps you. I don't know where you are in life, what God's doing in your life, but I do know that God says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans for you for peace and for you to prosper." And that's from Jeremiah. God has a plan for you. And one thing that I started doing a few years ago when I really started to make this journey and requested God to start transforming me was to start making those plans with God. I mean, He is, after all, your creator. He's the one that made you. And He's the one that knows you better than you know yourself. He knows your full potential. So when you start making plans with God, and when I say making plans with God, I don't mean like, okay, God, so here's my calendar and here's what I have planned. Okay, great meeting. No, it's more like, okay, God, I have this dream, which I believe you put in my heart, and this is what I want to do. How do you want me to do that? Because He's sovereign. He's the boss. He's King of Kings and Lord of Lords. And so when you start making plans with God, you're the co-pilot. He's not your co-pilot. You're the co-pilot. I know there's been bumper stickers and stuff like that all over the place with stuff. But just to give you something to think about and just sharing parts of my journey and the thinking and the changing of my thinking of how God has helped me get to where I am now. And as I continue to practice these things every single day, these things that have helped me so much, not only to grow closer to God, but also to grow more than I ever thought that I possibly could. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know if this encourages you, if it resonates with you. In the meantime, just keep on reaching out to Jesus. Have a great day.